Good morning. Welcome, everybody. It's 10:02. We'll get started. My name is P.N. Saxena. I'm the Dean of the College of Business Administration at Winthrop University. I would like to welcome you to our second Business Partnership Summit. We have an informative program for you. Before we begin, I would like to thank Winthrop trustee, Mr. Gary Williams, and Winthrop President, Dr. Hind, for their time. Dr. Hind has also recorded welcome remarks, which I will share shortly. I would also like to acknowledge and thank my colleagues for all they do to provide a transformative education to our students. And as far as the summit is concerned, I would specifically like to recognize the leadership and assistance of my colleague, Celeste Stiller, who is the Director of External Relations. You will hear from her later on in the program. Holding a summit virtually limits the amount of interaction. That said, please post any questions you have in the chat box or raise your hand and we will recognize you. For now, please make sure that your mic is muted. Okay, let's get this summit started. The agenda for today is as follows. Let me pull it up. So we will start with a welcome from President Hind. I'll provide an update after that. There will be examples of partnerships from different departments and Small Business Development Center. You'll hear from the director and students in the Accounting, Mentorship, and Professional Development Program. We will award our first Exemplary Partner Award, and then Celeste will come on and talk about future steps in partnership. So without further ado, let me start with the welcome video from President Hind.
Hello, I'm George Hind, interim president here at Winthrop University. And I want to thank Dean Saxena for the invitation to provide this welcome to you as you engage today in the second Business Partnership Summit. This is an exciting day for you all and the university, of course, because today we have an opportunity to strengthen our partnerships among our various colleagues. It's an opportunity to hear more about Winthrop University and kind of the things we are doing here on campus to try and advance the education for our students, and equally as important, to reach out to our local and regional business community in ways that help us develop the kind of responsive programs that truly bring distinguishing accolades to this university. Which, by the way, speaking of accolades, I'm looking very forward today to find out who the first recipient of the Exemplary Partnership Award is going to be today. So I know that will be an announcement coming out later. So I'm looking forward to finding out the results of those deliberations, because I know there were many people that were nominated for this this award, and it really represents the kind of partnership and collaboration that we desire here at Winthrop University. This is the second year of this summit. And I think it's exciting in many ways to have this second year summit. On the other hand, this summit is virtual. And I know that having talked to some of you virtually, that we're all pretty skilled now in navigating this virtual environment we live in. I'm hopeful some good ideas will come out of this summit today, and you'll have some very thoughtful and productive discussion. I do want to kind of have this opportunity and take advantage of it to say that we've had some exciting things happen here on campus. Most recently, the U.S. News and World Report has recognized Winthrop University as, of course, they do rankings, and last year we were ranked 8th in the Southeast for comprehensive colleges. This year we are ranked 6th in the Southeast, and we're very pleased with that recognition because it's based on a number of different metrics, not the least of which is our students, how well they do in terms of their graduation and where they go in terms of their employment, among other variables as well. I think you also know that the Princeton Review continues to list us as best in the Southeast. And we're very proud of that designation. And Money Magazine most recently has noted that we are one of the best colleges for your money. We're proud of that one, as you might well imagine. Specific to the College of Business Administration, there's some notable things that have happened recently. And I'm sure perhaps the Dean will talk more about this as the day goes on. But of the 3 most recently approved programs here at Winthrop University, 2 of them are in the College of Business Administration. The Bachelor of Arts in Data Science being one of them, and then the Bachelor of Science in Software Development. We think those are great new additions to what we offer our students in the College of Business Administration, and we have no doubt that the graduates of those programs will find employment perhaps even before they leave and graduate from Winthrop University. I'm sure many of you have your eye on those students as possibly doing internships with you and offering their skills to help you out in your business and representing our partnership as we move forward. I also want to make note of the fact that our Small Business Development Center, we think, has played a very significant role in the local community in reaching out and helping small businesses in particular deal with the many things that are impacting small businesses because of the COVID virus, not the least of which the Small Business Development Center has 3 primary programs. Certainly the payroll protection program, helping businesses deal with the economic insurance disaster loans, and dealing with unemployment insurance and all of the things associated with helping businesses move forward during these rather unusual and challenging times. I'm very proud of the fact that we have students back here on campus. We're looking forward to, I think, an exciting year going forward. We have many risk mitigation procedures and policies in place that we think will help us get through this year in an exciting but different way. Enjoy the summit today. This is a great opportunity for us to share what we're trying to do to serve our students and reach out in partnership to you, the business community. And I think you're going to have a good day. You'll learn a lot. And as I'm sure you will hear, we welcome your ideas, your thought, your support, and especially your engagement with us and our students. So have a great day.
Thank you very much, President Hind, and thank you to everybody who privately chatted with me and said, mute your microphone. So the things I have learned in these last few months and continue to learn, in fact, Celeste and I were problem solving this morning, and Zoom is awesome, and I appreciate the help. So President Hind is with us. If any of you have a question or two, I assume President Hind would be willing to answer them.
Everybody needs their second cup of coffee this morning, I think.
Okay, hearing none. Thank you, President Hind. I'll continue on with the program, and I will share my video update. Just bear with me, 3-4 steps. Thank you. I'm very pleased to provide an update on the College of Business Administration. Our programs are accredited by the top accrediting bodies in the nation and in the world. Our business program is accredited by AACSB, our computer science program by ABET, and our healthcare administration program by AUPHA. We are an extremely diverse college. About 48% of our students are Caucasian, with the other 52% being non-white. We have about a 50-50 mix in terms of male and female. Our mission is quite simple: to deliver a transformative education. This is guided by 8 transformative principles. Next, I will share a few of the initiatives that we have engaged in, keeping these principles in mind. Professional development is the first thing that we are working on with our students. I look forward to our partners joining us, whether it's for the reverse career fair, where our students present their value proposition, or a mock interview day, where you come in and interview our students to prepare them for that eventual real interview. Business Acumen is another initiative that we have started, and really this is active learning, and it gives students a chance to understand the value proposition of a business or an organization. We show 4 examples on this slide. Our students, through the Business Expedition program, have visited Atrium, Merrill, CLA, and Premier. So here we can partner again, where we can have our students come out, maybe virtually right now, and gain a sense of what your business does. We provide opportunities for our students to earn stackable credentials. We have certificates that our students can also earn. We have them in accounting analytics, in business analytics, in risk assurance, and then we have externally validated credentials that our students are earning on a regular basis. This again strengthens their resume and gets them ready for their career. Experiential learning is critical. We now require our students to earn 3 credit hours in a high impact practice experience. This could be internships or co-ops. It could be a study abroad program. It could be service learning, and it could be research with a faculty member. Student success can be defined many ways. I provide 3 examples of where our students went to competitions. These are regional, national competitions. Most recently, the T3 Technology Tools for Today Advisors Conference competition was held in San Diego before COVID hit. And I'm very proud to say that our students came in 2nd in this national competition. We have scanned the market, and we provide an opportunity for our students to earn degrees that are in demand. Applied software development is coming on board. Cybersecurity is waiting in the wings. We have a risk assurance certificate. We are preparing our students for fintech. We have a track in hospitality management, getting ready for the Panthers to move to the area. And we have a certificate in data analytics and a partnership program with the College of Arts and Sciences in data science, which has just been approved. Our faculty are known experts. They teach and conduct research in their areas of expertise. And as you can see from this one slide, there are a number of outlets that reach out and connect with our faculty looking for their expertise. We believe in regional partnerships. This is a very short list of logos of companies where our students complete internships and where we place our students. We are, of course, looking to grow these partnerships and looking for your company logo to be shared next year if it isn't already there. Regional partnerships are huge. I'm very pleased to say that we have with PwC, we have a program called the AMPD program, which you will hear about in a few minutes. Coroplast is a supporter. Family Trust has supported us at the champion level. BNA Advisors are at the president's level. Carolina Recruitment is a huge supporter. And I'll point to Carroll Financial, which has supported us through many, many years with Chris Carroll leading the way. So what are we looking for when we talk about a partnership? My colleagues and I, every day, we invest our time, our talent, and our treasure in getting career-ready graduates who have a transformative experience in the College of Business at Winthrop University. We are looking for you to join us in partnership so we can help these students succeed. Right, thank you for your attention. I'm happy to answer a question or two if there might be one at this time.
And Robert Alexander, Core State Corporation here. Good presentation, thank you very much. Definitely appreciate all of your efforts and stamina in this challenging time. So manufacturing represents a fairly large portion of the industry here. We want to keep our best and brightest. My question to you would be, of course, the areas of focus and these type of things that you guys are promoting are absolutely necessary and what needs to happen for the 21st century economy. And we need that type of person like data science and those type of things for manufacturing. But since manufacturing is a large section of South Carolina and the surrounding area, is there a possibility to get a focus on manufacturing? Because I think that as manufacturing got hollowed out, we have lost some of our edge competitively, globally, to making people think about making stuff, making widgets, right? So would you respond to that, please?
Sure. Thank you, Robert. Thank you for your support. Absolutely. We want to, partner in every way possible with organizations. Manufacturing is slightly more challenging. Of course, we can provide, business skills, computer science, technology skills. That's where we really shine, given the College of Business Administration. So if you would expand on that a little more, right, we can have further conversations. Because are you talking more on the engineering side, which we don't have? So that's more a Clemson or other university type partnership. So if you expand a little bit more on what you see and how you see us partnering, absolutely, we'll take a look at that.
Thank you. We can do it offline. I just wanted to bring it up.
Thank you so much, but absolutely. We would like to expand and cater to the market. So supply chain procurement, Dr. Lou Pantusko is posting absolutely. So we can work on those things. Other questions, other comments? All right, so I'm a visual learner. What I'd like to do next is share some examples of partnerships and how they work. And I'll start with one from computer science.
Hi, my name is Dr. Andrew Bessemer, and I'm an Associate Professor of Computer Science at Winthrop University. I'm here today to talk to you about our high-impact practices that we have in computing, and I'm joined by my co-presenters, Ben Bridgman from Limbic and Ashley Gibson. Both Ben and Ashley worked with me in the Capstone course on a project around wearable computing last semester. We certainly do a number of high-impact practices in computing. The one I'd like to talk to you about today would be the Digital Information Design Capstone. Our Digital Information Design Program, or DIFD, is a program that comes from 4 different departments across 3 different colleges. We have students who specialize in digital commerce, those would be our marketing students, interactive media, those would be our design students, web app design, those would be our computer science focused students, and digital mass media, those are our mass communication focused students. These students will go take a core set of courses across all those 4 different departments. So our computer science students have to go and learn a little bit about mass communication, design, and marketing. Then they specialize. They'll learn all about the back-end systems, they'll learn all about the different database formats and different API designs that they could employ. And when they're finished with their specialization, they'll all come back together as a group in the capstone so that they can form interdisciplinary teams to work on real-world projects. These projects are from real companies that have real deadlines and real expectations about what's going to happen. Companies are small and large. We have companies that are everything from 2 co-founders who are just getting started, all the way to thousands of employees that are representative of the different types of students that we have in the course. Probably one of the most exciting things about the Capstone is getting to meet the different companies and learn more about them. For example, what is it that they do? How do they work? And what is it that they need that we can help them with? In the picture here, you can see Ashley and Ben, both at our technology incubator in the city of Rock Hill. And this is where we hold our Capstone course. And during this meeting, Ben decided to share with us exactly how wearable computing fits into Limbic's vision for the future. Now, students work on a variety of different things over the course of the semester. They might be doing things from persona design to back-end API design. But rather than me illustrate and enumerate every single thing that the students are going to work on over the course of the semester, I'd like to hear from one of our own students who worked on one of these projects, Ashley Gibson. So Ashley, would you like to take it away?
Hi, I'm Ashley Gibson. I graduated in May 2020 in the DIFD program, and my concentration was in interactive media. In the DIFD Capstone class, my group was paired with Limbic, a startup company aiming to tackle stress and performance through apps and integrations like wearable technology. My group was specifically tasked with creating a web app that educated users on stress and also provided helpful resources regarding stress. Additionally, we also had to create a marketing website that promoted the web app, but also had a login and sign up feature as well. My specific duties included user research such as surveying and user personas. I also designed the branding and identity, and I designed wireframes and the interface of both the web app and the marketing website. I also worked on the front-end development as well, so HTML, CSS, and React.js. This class and project really helped my collaboration and communication skills, especially because everyone on the team had a different concentration, meaning we had different skill sets and areas of focus. It also helped me experience the client relationship that designers have, whether it be through freelancing or at an agency. I gained a lot of insight similar to what an internship may offer. I currently work as a designer at an ed tech company, and though I don't work directly with clients, this Capstone project experience overall has helped how I define my process as a designer and also how I communicate with my teammates who all have different titles at the company. This experience has also helped grow my connections, and I'm still in contact with the Limbic team today.
Thank you, Ashley. So one of the things that I think you notice is that the students have a lot of benefits from participating in a course like this. This is more than rote memorization of knowledge. We're not just asking them to memorize a series of facts and then regurgitate them on a test. We're working on a real project. They have to put the skills that they learn in marketing and design, mass communication, and computer science to the test. They're really going to have to develop the product in order to be successful in the course. They have to learn how to work with other people from other disciplines. For example, Ashley being an interactive media student, she's great with design. She knows all about color schemes and typographies, layouts, principles that make different types of designs work for different types of people. And she's interfacing directly with the computer science students who are not necessarily as good with design. We typically are great at making things work, but not so great at making them look good. So we need to help each other, and we need to learn how to communicate with one another. And they have to learn how to do that by figuring out how can they express the concepts that they understand to their teammates. So while Ashley may have never heard of a foreign key or a primary key or anything else like that, she still had effects on all of those different parts of our computing system. And we had to learn how to talk to Ashley so that we can figure out how we can make our project be the best that it possibly can be. The students need to learn how to work with their clients. Different clients have different expectations, and not all of them are as forthcoming about the types of expectations that they have, or even the project requirements that they want us to work on. So they have to learn how to elicit those responses from their client, how to follow up with them in a timely manner, and how to make sure that they're meeting the expectations that that client has, whether it be for regular checkups and detailed accounts of what they've accomplished to a client who just wants to know about major milestones and accomplishments that have been happening in the project. They get to build lifelong networks with their other students, And most importantly, as Dean Saxena says, it makes education come alive. We're really taking what is knowledge and making it fun. And that's probably the best part for me as an educator is seeing that happen and seeing the students really enjoy working on the work that I'm asking them to do. Now, from the company's perspective, I'd like to ask Ben Bridgman, who is illustrated right there on the right-hand side, to tell us a little bit about the company's perspective. Ben?
We were super excited when the opportunity opened up for Limbic to work with the DIFD Capstone. Our founder, Christian, is a proud Winthrop alum, and at Limbic, a core part of our culture is in building community, so collabs with the next gen are super important. Working with Dr. Besper was smooth sailing and gave us the opportunity to wrap a business challenge we face with deep insights and feedback relevant to the team members. From our perspective, the way work is done is changing dramatically, so we challenged the team of 5 to operate in a remote, agile environment using the tools in our ops stack. Overall, the experience was great, and the team rose to the challenge. They got access to early product design decisions, provided valuable feedback, and conducted discovery in an emerging market for our product. It's high value for us to interact with the next gen. Design and entrepreneurial thinking are super important ingredient for success. That being said, the preparedness of the student team really stood out. We look forward to the next opportunity to collab with the College of Business and Winthrop on future projects.
Thank you, Ben. So hopefully you also see that just like there are benefits for students, there's benefits for employers too. Here you get to learn about the different students that you have. Maybe there's openings that you can consider them for. The students get to work on different types of problems that maybe your company doesn't have the time right now to dedicate to or the resources to dedicate to it. So you are focused on, more important things, and you can let them explore maybe these other areas of interest to you, but that, they might not be ready to look at in your company just yet. Employees early in their career can have a shot at doing some project supervision. This is a low stakes way to let them manage a project, make sure that it's successful, and drive the results from that project. Current employees get to maintain currency in their field, for example, learning new tools that maybe they haven't ever encountered or thought about using before. We find that students are typically maybe 2-3 steps ahead of us on different communication tools and things like that that are out there. And it's also a great way to give back. My major point is that all of these high impact practices that we're doing, including this capstone, these are win-win situations. The students win, they're getting a fantastic educational experience, and the companies win. They're getting tangible benefits from working with the students and really seeing the outcome of their work. So with that said, I'd like to thank you for your time, and I look forward to working and collaborating with you in the future.
Thank you, Andrew. These are fascinating projects. I've attended some meetings of the technology incubator, and it's just incredible what these student teams are able to do when they come together. Of course, awesome tutelage by our faculty. And Robert, thank you for sending a message. I'm reading it out because there may be others on the call who would be interested in this, and I'd love to have follow-up conversations. So it's Robert identifies R&D, sales, supply chain, production, fulfillment, quality. So let's start conversations on how we can partner with organizations and provide you with the help you need. So thank you for posting that. Dr. Besmer is with us if you have a specific question for him. And as you're thinking about it, let me recognize Dr. Steve Danley, who's the chair of the Computer Science and Quantitative Methods Department, for his input on the other awesome things that the department offers.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Steve Danley, chair of the Computer Science Department here at Winthrop. You heard earlier from the president that we have a new degree coming online. It was just approved by the state about a month and a half ago, Applied Software Development. That is a degree that is specifically for students that have finished a 2-year degree. In working with our partners, like you guys, what we have learned is that the students graduating from the 2-year schools have lots of really good skills, but for them to be able to move up into the management positions, a 4-year degree would be really helpful. And so this is the only program that we were able to find in the state that is specifically designed for students that want to do that, that have a 2-year degree in some sort of computer technology and would like to move straight into a 4-year degree and be able to finish quickly. That was one of the main things, is we didn't want any extra hoops to jump through, and so the administration was good in helping us bend a few rules to make that happen. We want to be responsive to our industry partners. You've also heard a little bit about the cybersecurity program that will go to the state in about a month and a half from now. Hopefully we will begin enrolling students next fall for that. Once that program is online, we will be seeking certification from the federal government. The National Security Agency will certify programs like that. That's our target once that program gets rolling. Our students have done really well in the last few years. I was concerned, of course, last spring how they would do, but fortunately, many of them had already accepted positions 9 months in advance and had already had their bonus checks, that they're signing bonuses in hand well before the economic downturn happened because of COVID. Even this semester, we're finding that some students have already accepted jobs that they don't graduate until May, but I haven't asked. Everybody's been very nice to you so far. It's not asked you for anything. I haven't asked. And that if you have the opportunity to employ over the summer an intern in computing, please let us know. Celeste Tiller is the person in our building that sort of coordinates internships. So if you have an internship opportunity, please let us know, because I suspect that this next year will be a little bit difficult in finding internships. So if you have any opportunities, we would love to help you find a qualified student, and we'll work with you about finding the right student. But so if you have that opportunity. The other thing is that you were just listening to Dr. Besmer about working with some companies for projects that they needed to be done. If you have ideas of technology projects, some things that you would like to work with a group of students, let us know that as well. And for that, you can email me directly, danleyS@winthrop.edu, or send it to the dean and he'll forward it to me.
So much. Is there a question for Dr. Danley or Dr. Besmer?
PN, this is Amy Barrett. I just wanted to, not a question, but I just wanted to underscore these programs that combine all these different degrees, right? No student may have time to get 2 or 3 majors, right, done in 4 years. And so I just want to say and underscore how that is similar to my experience having graduated. You know, I graduated with an economics degree and I'm not an economist right now, but I still feel strongly that I was able to get a great job, and I'm so grateful to see Winthrop putting together these unique programs that combine skills across majors, because the world has changed, and it does take academia time to catch up to the idea that not all graduates are going to become accountants that have accounting degrees, right? Or computer science. Companies are really looking for employees that have such a wide variety of skills. And I think that's one of the benefits of a liberal arts education that something like Winthrop can offer. And I'm glad to see the progress and to hear the students getting these roles. I think it's just wonderful to see. And as a student, you're not going to see it as a student. You're not going to maybe see it right away, how it's going to help you. But 10 years down the road, you're going to be so grateful to have had that variety of skills.
So much, Amy. Very well said. And I'll say about Winthrop, I've been here 3 years, 3 months and 1 day, that this is a really welcoming institution in the sense that there aren't all these silos that I've had experience with at other institutions, and colleges work well together. So this DIFD program, for example, is unique. It's several colleges coming together and working as a team. So we do have that strength, and we need to keep working on it. Dr. Hine, did you want to add to that?
Be glad to. I think Amy made an incredibly important point that we shouldn't overlook, and that is that in the workforce today, we need to be able to talk to people in other disciplines. So I think this notion of the old silo that we typically have developed programs through is kind of going by the wayside. We not only need to be able to communicate with people that have different skill sets, we need to be able to learn and listen. And that's where the value of the liberal arts degree, I think, comes in. We need to communicate, we need to be able to write, we need to be able to speak in respectful and productive ways. And that really serves as a tremendous foundation for any AACSB accredited College of Business or Business Administration. So I think that what we are doing here really represents the best of the best in terms of education for students that want to pursue business or business-related professions and careers. So I think Amy's comment was absolutely on target, and I think the move toward more interdisciplinary programs really allows us to take the best of many different disciplines and put it together in a new way that really does meet the needs of the business community, both locally and regionally.
Thank you so much. And Robert Marietta has posted a message in chat. And Robert has been awesome. He actually talked to SeedSpark, a company in Charlotte, about our computer science program and graduates. And we haven't had the pleasure of meeting them yet because of COVID, but the first thing they did was send a $3,000 check to support 4 students through scholarships. So Robert, thank you for all the doors that you are willing to open for us. And we look forward to having those conversations. Did you want to add something, Robert?
Ian, thank you. And I appreciate being a partner with Winthrop. You guys are great. And, you know, anything I can do to help you guys and the students, you know, the students are our future. Education is everything. And so I'm glad to connect you with business leaders, my clients, and whoever else I can. That's all part of the world today. We got to work together to make it through life, and especially during a pandemic. So glad to help, glad to be there for you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I'll say, when I see, you know, the 60 participants and I see many of you on screen, you're all partners, and we truly appreciate and thank you for your time. I mean, you could be doing many different things, but you decided to take the time and spend some time with us and forge these partnerships and strengthen them and start new ones. It is a win-win. That's what I love about what I do on a daily basis. This is a win-win. Thank you so much. So next, I'd like to share an example from the Management and Marketing Department. Dr. Jane Thomas talks about high impact practices in marketing.
Hi, I'm Jane Thomas from the Department of Marketing, and I have the pleasure of presenting to you today high impact practices in marketing. 1 year, 11 clients, and 130 students. 11 clients and 130 students just in marketing. The impact that these projects have not only had on the community, but also on students and in teaching them about marketing by getting in there and solving problems and creating for these clients has been amazing. I want to thank some of our partners this year, and also there are 3 case studies I want to go through. First of all, I'd like to thank the Rock Hill Venture Mentoring Service. David Warner, your company and your organization there in Rock Hill has been instrumental in helping us identify clients and giving us resources that we need. The J.M. Cope Construction Company gave us our first project last fall. Warren Norman is a client we're currently working with this fall, and then the Uptown Farmers Market. So I'd like to share with you a showcase on 3 clients. J.M. Cope came to us last fall and said, you know, we want to build a database. And what we've identified is 60 NAICS codes that we want to focus on in the manufacturing sector. And we want you to look within a 90-mile radius of Rock Hill. Our first thoughts were, okay, we'll do that. And then my second thought was, I have no idea where to start. So I did exactly what you would expect someone to do, and that is I went to the library and I spoke with a reference librarian. And I learned that there's a database called Reference USA that had all of this information in it using this specific type of standard industrial classification codes we were working with. And so she worked with us and with the students to design a process to enable us to be able to capture this information for J.M. Cope. And what we found in our initial query of those 60 codes across 90 miles from here, that there are 8,641 manufacturers of that specific type within 90 miles of Rock Hill. We were blown away, and then we were like, there is no way we can do this. So we went back to our client and said, we need help refining our search. And when we did, we came up with 228 feasible clients for our database. We started to zone in more by using mapping to understand where a client was in relationship to J.M. Cope. Those 228 potential manufacturers were then put into a complex database that included not just the usual information of location and website, but who is the plant manager? What year was their facility built? Have they added on to it? Detailed information that could help J.M. Cope in identifying new clients for this project. J.M. Cope was also incredibly generous in making a contribution to the marketing project, Service Learning. Our next project occurred last spring, and that was with the Uptown Farmers Market. And you might find yourself thinking, well, there's already an Uptown Farmers Market. Well, no, there is not in Uptown Charlotte. And this was an initiative that was going to launch in April, and it was January. And we were starting from scratch with designing not only a social media campaign and platforms, but also a PR program to be able to communicate that this was going to be opening. But along the way, this little thing happened called a pandemic. And so all of a sudden, not only were we not communicating face-to-face as a team in class, but we were having to do it remotely. But our client was also wondering, were they going to be able to open? Our client finally came to us and said, we're going to open, but we need a new plan. We need to know how to open and do it within social distancing to make sure that we obey the laws of the state of North Carolina, of the city of Charlotte, and that we communicate that people will be safe and to come. Students took that on in addition to the other work that they had done. And guess what? It opened. This is a short video that I'm not going to share with you today, but to let you know that videos were shot, pictures were taken of what the fruits and vegetables look like to showcase this. Students came up with the idea of a vendor highlight, and each week a newsletter goes out. Again, our students created the template and designed it for the client. And so each week there's a vendor highlight, highlighting one of the vendors at the market. And then this vendor, Honest Elderberry Syrup, well, they also happen to be a client of David Warner's and the Venture Mentoring Program in Rock Hill, and also working with another set of students of mine. And then this beautiful marriage, they should also be in the Uptown Farmers Market. You see, it was a collaborative effort between all of these spaces for students to begin to understand that marketing is not only important, but to keep your eyes and ears open, looking for every opportunity. The third snapshot I'd like to give you today is from the Warren Norman Company. Warren came to us back in the summer and said, you know that Coke building over there at the corner of Cherry and College Road? Well, I bought it and all of the land around it, and I'm going to develop a 22,000 square foot mixed use project. And I want to engage students in this. How can we engage students in this? You see, Warren has been a friend of College of Business for many years. He has given his time in speaking to our classes. He's provided internship opportunities, and his director in his marketing program is actually a Winthrop graduate from our Mass Comm program. So he came to us and he said, you know, I need help coming up with what should we name this project? And how could we use this Coke building and incorporate it? I want to keep the building. How can we incorporate this into the project? And what type of restaurants should be here? What would students like to see? What would the community like to see? A very large project, much more than I could do on my own. So I solicited Dr. Stephanie Lawson, and in talking with Mr. Norman, we decided that we would do something we had never done before, and that is we would use students in 4 classes, a total of 70 students, and we would do it all remotely, working on this project. Students in my 2 classes, Consumer Behavior and a Business Research Symposium that we just launched this fall, are working on consumer research, and they're doing qualitative research in a variety of methods. Students in Dr. Lawson's class are going to take that information and use it to help design the service-scape, the types of activities people want to do in the green space. And then they get the fun task of helping to determine what to name this new mixed-use project. Can you imagine driving into Winthrop and knowing that you as a student helped to name that project there? How exciting it's going to be for these students when this project is finished. Last week, students actually had an opportunity to meet Mr. Warren face-to-face rather than just through Zoom, and a select group of students got to go through the Koch building. And this is just one picture of going through the Koch building, but what they're doing is what we call an archaeological dig. You know, for all of you fans of Fixer Upper, this is your dream come true, to actually go through an old building and say, wow, we can use that wood over here. This tile floor from 1941 is amazing. Don't destroy it. I think we can use it as backsplash over a bar. But to see what's there and to keep that piece of history, to not only understand the history, but to keep that piece of history and to incorporate it into something new. We have students working on that. So what can I say about these 11 clients and 130 students? Well, we created a database of 228 potential clients for J.M. Cope. We developed a social media and PR campaign and did this all through a pandemic and gained enormous experience in changing plans and modifying the plan, but still going through with everything for the Uptown Farmers Market. And currently, we're helping the Warren Norman Company to bring a vision to life in what is currently a vacant space, but will soon be a mixed-use project that not only Winthrop University will enjoy, but also the city of Rock Hill. Thank you for your time and for your continued support of our programs.
So what has impressed me the most is you have fantastic faculty, extremely qualified faculty, and our students get to work with them one-on-one. I'm amazed on a daily basis at the quality of what we offer to our students. And it's just incredible. And you know, what Dr. Thomas shared, it's 1 year, and look at the impact. And even through COVID, we are having that impact. So it is incredible. She's in class, not able to attend today, but we do have the chair of management and marketing, Dr. Keith Robbins, and I'd like to invite him to talk a little bit more about the department.
Great to see all of you. I see former students, I see internship preceptors, lots of familiar faces. Those of you I haven't met, I hope to change that sometime soon. I'm the chair of the management and marketing department, but we're much more than that. So you heard from Jane, who is one of the stars of the marketing group. There are 4 others very similar to her that carry the ball for marketing. The other 5 concentrations within the other 4 concentrations within the management and marketing department are human resource management, international business, healthcare management, of course, management, just pure management. So management, marketing, entrepreneurship, human resource management, international business, and healthcare management. And I think that gets lost often because we're not I guess we can't have a long enough name for our department to include all of those, but we look at them as equal partners. And we have internships within each of those areas. And that's where I know most of you from. If you're not a former student, you've taken internships. So the projects that Jane talked about are certainly the way that you can affect the most students. Becoming a client in one of the classes, in one of those 6 concentrations, is full immersion. It is the greater good for the greater number of students. But there are other ways that a lot of you have. At this time last year, I see some of you, and as a follow-up, you said, well, what can I do to get started? And I said, well, the easiest way to stick your toe in the water is for an intern. Take an intern. And if you can come up with a project that will entail a minimum of 150 contact hours, then we can stick a student on that project, and that student can earn 3 hours of academic credit, do a great job for you, paid or unpaid. We'd prefer you pay them, and they would prefer that you paid them too. But that's not essential. So the first way that you can become involved as a partner is to reach out to us, to me, if it's one of those 6 areas I just mentioned, and we will send you some resumes of students, and Celeste Tiller and I will coordinate that, and of course a cursory look to make sure it's internship worthy work, but then 1 student, 2 students, a group of students that you would supervise, which would be the difference between that and a business client. So that the second way is the business client thing, engagement that Jane is talking about. And I'm just thinking back, we've had clients from the Dorothy Day Soup Kitchen. We've worked with the Catawba Indian Nation. So there's nothing that is too small for our students to become concerned with, and certainly service learning is a big deal. So if it's a not-for-profit, we've worked with Blackman Road development, community development projects. There's nothing that is too small for us to engage in, and it's great for students, service learning, community development. We want to be a socially responsible partner at Winthrop in the community of Rock Hill. So that's the second way, internships, business clients that you've heard 2 presentations on now. And then the third way would be to engage some of us in perhaps some training type activities at your work location. I heard someone mention cybersecurity training, human resources. I mean, how to hire, fire, reward. We've got 3 great human resource professionals. There's a student chapter of the Society for Human Resource Management. So your shop would be great laboratories for those students. But if you're looking for maybe some certification training or best practices, continuing professional development, then we have 3 faculty members who could do a great job with that. And beyond that, strategy development at your company, market development, market feasibility, for entrepreneurship, business plan development. Entrepreneurship has good synergy between, and Dr. Hind mentioned the Small Business Development Center that occupies the ground floor in the College of Business. We leverage that to the entrepreneurship program, and so that's a vibrant program. And these students, Insignia had a student, Knowledge Perk, Rock Hill Economic Development. So there are students in so many of the organizations in the business community, and we want to perpetuate that. And there has been a little bit of a fall off given the pandemic. We've had some companies that just don't want to take on the liability of having a student or exposing a student or exposing their workforce or their clients to more than they have to. So we welcome new opportunities for students. And I think, I don't know why I'm Robbins K on my name here all of a sudden. I'm Keith Robbins. I don't know how to change that without risking going offline. So, but anyway, I'm Keith Robbins. And you can find me on the website. And if you're interested in an intern, It does not have to sync up with our semesters, okay? We purposefully, intentionally designed it so that it doesn't have to start in January and end in May. It can start at any point as long as you have a project that will entail the 150 hours minimum. It can go way beyond that. But let me know, and you could specify a major, or we could send you the best available athlete, you know, and we help you screen those and put somebody in your workplace, which is something that really, really helps us out. And, you know, most of the time, a lot of the time, probably 50% of the time, the student ends up getting a job with you full time. You like them so much. So it's a nice way to really do an in-depth screening of a potential employee. So thank you all for being here, and I will hand it back to PN.
Thank you so much, Keith. And Celeste has put Keith's email address in the chat. So please use that and connect with him and with us, Celeste, with me, anyone else. David, thank you for posting a question. And really, we're looking at getting into non-credit education. So offering like cybersecurity. David Williams asked the question, will there be some training available for companies and other organizations? What we need are more faculty in computer science right now, because we have new programs coming on board. And that's a program or a department that's grown 25% in the last few years. So we get more faculty. Absolutely, the goal is to be a great partner with the community, teach our students, but also offer opportunities for community partners to earn credentials. So thank you for that question, David. Next, I'd like to share an example of how a couple economics faculty, the chair, Dr. Lou Pantusko, and Dr. Nick Molman, worked with Fort Mill.
Hi, I'm Dr. Lou Pantusko, Chair of the Accounting, Finance, and Economics Department and Professor of Economics at Winthrop University. About a year and a half ago, the Fort Mill Economic Partners leadership contacted Winthrop University looking for someone who had expertise in economic impact studies. So having met with these leaders, we developed a relationship. And in time, they asked if we would be interested in serving on the Fort Mill Economic Partners board. About 16 months ago, Nick Molman and I started going to the meetings where local leaders talk about how their businesses are going and what are the factors that are impacting their local businesses. And a couple months ago, one of the members of the board mentioned an impact fee that was severely impacting the process of attracting new businesses to the Fort Mill area. And they asked if we would be interested in doing a study on how this was affecting the area. So Professor Nick Molman and I discussed it, and we decided to divide our roles. My role was to look at how the impact fee would make a difference in light of what was going on in the economy. So the leisure and hospitality was pretty much shutting down. Hospitals were only providing certain services. Restaurants, of course, were slow. And how would the impact fee impact small businesses during this time of the pandemic? So the first part of the report discussed how the general economy was doing. The second part of the report looked at impact fees in general and how they typically affect local economies, from schools to businesses and to growth and to infrastructure. The third part of the report was looking into the weeds, specifically how Fort Mill was going to be affected by this impact fee, and that's the part that Professor Nick Molman did. Winthrop University has a vast array of talent. And our College of Business is very involved with the business community. We love working with local leaders. Nick Molman and I have enjoyed our time with Fort Mill Economic Partners, and we look forward to a nice future with them. And I'm going to let him tell you about what he specifically provided in this project. Thank you.
Hello, my name is David Buse. Today I wanted to talk to you about the Fort Mill Economic Impact Fee. I'm a member of the Fort Mill Economic Partners, And our board was asked by the town of Fort Mill to take a look at their impact fees that they charge new development in the town limits. Every 5 years, the town of Fort Mill updates their study, which is required by the state, to look at what the baseline should be for those impact fees. During that process, the impact fees were raised at a fairly large rate, and the town wanted some feedback from the business community. The Fort Mill Economic Partners was very lucky to have Winthrop University on our board, and they did a tremendous study to take a look at not only the effects of the increase, but also in comparing it to surrounding areas. This was very valuable information, and the town of Fort Mill was able to use this information with the Fort Mill Economic Partners' help to come out with a more reasonable solution, especially in the time of the COVID-19 pandemic. And the recommendation has been for the town to mirror as closely as possible the impact fees prior to the pandemic. I think that was a great win for the town of Fort Mill, the business community, the Fort Mill Economic Partners. It was made possible by the support of Winthrop University, and I know that our board and the town of Fort Mill is grateful for their help.
Hi, my name is Nicholas Molman, Assistant Professor of Economics here at Winthrop University in the College of Business Administration. I was part of the team that assessed the change in development impact fees for the town of Fort Mill and for Fort Mill Economic Partners. My job was to compare the fee change from the old fee schedule to the new fee schedule and assess any differences that may have occurred there. For the most part, that was a relatively straightforward comparison. However, in certain instances, I had to create valid comparison groups to be able to compare the old fee schedule to the new fee schedule. So for example, the previous fee schedule based the development impact fees on the number of beds for medical facilities, while the current fee schedule bases that on square footage. And so I spent time trying to create valid comparisons between the two. On average, after doing this, I found that the new development impact fee schedule would see an average increase in impact fees of about 108%, which is quite substantial. And so, for example, office buildings, office parks, business parks, and other retail establishments that were similar to that would see an increase in these development impact fees from about 71% to about 123.26%. So to give you some specific examples, a 60,000 square foot supermarket would see these development impact fees increase from $22,000 to over $63,000, while a 2,000 square foot restaurant would see these fees increase from about $4,000 to about $8,000. The Fort Mill hospital plan that was proposed by Piedmont Medical would see an increase in development impact fees of nearly 400%, of approximately $100,000 to nearly $500,000. It was the case that some types of developments would actually see a decrease in impact fees, such as motels, warehousing, and nursing homes on average. However, overall, we saw substantial increases. And so part of what else I did was bring to bear some of the economic literature on how these impact fees actually affect businesses and the business environment here in our local community. And so based on the previous literature, I found that these development impact fee increases would not only stunt job growth, but could potentially harm the value of business development land. And in wake of the COVID-19 pandemic, my recommendation was that these fees were best delayed until our local economy and really our national economy were better on track and more suitable to support these fee increases. We recognize that these increased fees would be used to pay for things that are quite valuable to the local community, such as fire stations, roads, parks, developments, things like that. However, we think that these would be best delayed until a later point. We presented this information to the town of Fort Mill, and after clarifying some of the issues related to these development impact fees, the town agreed to roll back the fee schedule until a further date. So we were very happy with the outcome. We believe it was based on sound economic reasoning, and I was very happy to participate in the study and to be of help and of service to the Fort Mill Economic Partners.
All right, thank you so much for that. Dr. Lou Pantusko is, as you heard, Chair of Accounting, Economics, and Finance, and you see him live and in person. You just saw him on screen. So Lou, take it away.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for being here. I have to say the best part of last year's meeting was just going around and speaking to people, and so we're going to miss that this year because you make this very special, and we do hope to get in touch with you and talk to you personally very soon. Well, since the supply of interns has been discussed, and certainly the demand for scholarships has been talked about, I just wanted to talk a little bit to you about the faculty members and what we have to offer at Winthrop. As you can see from our experience, that once we were involved with the Fort Mill Economic Partners, it took a little while for us to find our place. But once there's a study that came up, Nick Moman and our eyes lit up, and we're thinking, well, here's where we can actually make an impact. And that's how I think we feel about a lot of these things. So who are we in the accounting and finance and economics department? Well, we've had some turnover in the last few years because our faculty members who are very involved with the business community and they were fixtures at Winthrop, they retired. And so now we have a group of young faculty members that are just have an amazing variety of skills, and they're eager to help in the business community. So we're a diverse group. We have 5 females, we have 6 internationals, we have 3 African Americans, and pretty much everybody in the department is a first-generation college student. We have 5 accountants, we have 4 financial experts, and we have 4 economists. We have a diverse research stream. So we have experts in behavioral finance, we have experts in financial planning, we've done bank loan pricing, we've done poverty studies, we've done capital expenditure analysis, we've done economic development, just to name a few. We also have a faculty that's very involved with research. We have one of our faculty members is researching on the impact of higher ed on CPAs. Another has a working paper on how complementary government reforms can impact economic objectives. I know it took me like 4 times reading that title to figure it. I still not sure what that means, but that's the sort of stuff that we do. Another focused on corporate social responsibility and its impact on the millennial labor force. Other faculty members have been studying unemployment insurance and their impact on not only the general labor market, but specific financial industries. And we have faculty members that look at rural development. We have diverse skills. Within our department, we have had people that are wonderful at hosting different events. For instance, one of our faculty members hosted a tax planning strategy for small businesses and internal control risk and cybersecurity seminars. So we're capable of going in and putting teams together and actually leading these types of discussions. We've also have faculty members who serve on local boards. We have faculty members who help with young African American students in mentoring. And we've had faculty members who have led students to national competitions in finance and in fintech. So we're very diverse group. We also overall have just a general willingness to help the business community. We feel like we are an untapped service, group of people. We want to be involved. We feel like we can help the community in a lot of the different ways, and we want people to come and ask for our help, because not only would it help us, but it would help our students, it would help Winthrop, and we would help you, which is most important. So we live in this community. We want to make it a better place. We want to be actively involved, and we're looking to do that in any way that you are interested in any of our services. Celeste already posted my email address. I can honestly say that everybody who's contacted us, from WSOC over the summer to NPR to a variety of other places that have contacted us, we have answered every call, and we will continue to do so. So thank you for being here, and we're glad to answer other questions after this or through email. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lou. And thank you, Robert, for posting the idea of doing virtual internships. I know Keith and other department chairs will certainly work with you on that, or Celeste will jump on. Also, it's great to see connections being made. Alison Hamilton, Rob, I'm not sure if you got a chance to read her message in the chat, but she's remembering her days when she was a student here and connected with the chamber, and how it was a great experience. So it's wonderful to see connections being made, even in a virtual environment. All right, next I'd like to share a video from SBDC, our partners who we truly enjoy having as a part of the College of Business. And to put it mildly, they've been going 1,000 miles a minute through this pandemic, given all the assistance that is being asked for by business owners.
And I am the Region Director for the Small Business Development Center at Winthrop University. Thank you for this opportunity to tell you a little bit about our organization and an overview of the services that we provide. Our mission at the SBDC is to advance South Carolina's economic development by helping entrepreneurs grow successful businesses. The SBDC is composed of 4 different consortium universities that include Clemson, SC State, USC, and Winthrop. The Winthrop region is composed of 15 different counties that go from Cherokee and Union all the way down to Horry and Georgetown. We have 3 different offices in the Winthrop region, one obviously at the Rock Hill Winthrop campus, the second is in Florence Darlington Community College, and the third is at Coastal Carolina University. Who we serve are established businesses, entrepreneurs starting a new business, in all industry segments. We are part of a nationwide SBDC network. Services that we provide include business plans, financial management and modeling, marketing strategies, strategic planning, importing and exporting, government contracting and certifications, and product commercialization. Besides counseling, we provide workshops for training for small business. We have Let's Get Started, a workshop for new business clients. Here we go over the new business structures and licensing for small business. What are some of the lending requirements that a bank would look at for a new startup? And we go over what is required in a business plan. We also have value-added workshop for existing businesses. We're very lucky to have experts in areas of different types of marketing and finance and different things like that. So we're currently doing a series called Adapt Your Marketing to the New Normal. And we're going to have another webinar coming up on October 21st that'll feature Dr. Kara Peters and Dr. Jane Thomas, professors of marketing at Winthrop. If you'd like to see more information about the different webinars that we have, go to our scsbdc.com website and click on the Training Events tabs. Our business consultants are seasoned professionals with over 30 years experience in small business, government, and industry. Many have owned their own business and have advanced degrees. I think a way for me to add credibility and substance to this presentation is for a local business owner to describe their experience in working with the SBDC. First, I'd like to introduce Todd Phillips, our SBDC area manager at the Rock Hill office, who will introduce his client and local small business owner. Todd, take it away.
Thanks, Tom. We're really fortunate to have with us today Kimberly Mood, who is the CEO of Carolina Therapy Solutions for Kids. And Carolina Therapy Solutions for Kids is an occupational therapy services business that offers collaborative, family-centered treatment that's done either at home, out in the community, or at their clinic. So welcome, Kimberly. We're really glad to have you with us today.
Thanks for having me, Tom and Todd.
So Kim, tell us really what caused you to first reach out to the SBDC for help?
I was initially made aware of the SBDC through the Black Economic Leadership League, who was hosting a competition for small business owners like mine. And as a result of them making me aware of you guys' program, I decided to reach out so that I could get support and feedback in relation to the business plan that I was developing for the competition. After completing the competition and ultimately winning $30,000 from that business plan, I reached back out to the SBDC. I was matched with you, Todd. You were able to continue working with me after the competition, which was great. And we were able to get started on developing a good strategic plan for how we were going to move forward with the business plan. So you were able to help me with resources and business relationships, developing good banking relationships, bolstering my credit profile in preparation for funding opportunities for the business, in addition to marketing planning strategies for corporate development and structure. And you are also able to pull in other colleagues of yours from the SBDC to bring in their areas of expertise so that I had all of any gaps that I had that needed to be filled, you guys were able to fill it with the information that you had, which is great.
That's great. Thanks for that. And then, of course, COVID came along and everything changed for you right as you were about to deploy the winning money into resources to expand your business. So tell us a little bit about how you pivoted at that point in time and how you reached back out and how we worked together on that plan.
Right. We put so much energy and effort into plans for growth for this year and over the next 3 years. And then when COVID came, I actually had to kind of take a few steps back and, well, as a CEO, take a few steps back and ended up working very much in the day-to-day of my business and seeing clients. And so you were able to pivot and start to work with my staff in order to continue to develop the goals that we set for the business. So one of our big goals for this year was a rebrand and developing a new marketing strategy for the business. And we were able to support other members of my staff in bringing that to fruition, which was phenomenal during the pandemic. In addition to operational strategy, making plans for budget, and preparation for getting a new office space. All of those things were things that I wasn't able to take the lead on because I was seeing clients, and you were able to step in and support my staff in still achieving those goals. So despite COVID, our business has been able to grow tremendously. We are still making a profit this year, and we've been able to achieve those big goals that we set out for ourselves because you guys were there.
And that's quite an accomplishment to be able to do all that during COVID. I know that I sat back and admired the way you just quickly got ahead of it, applied for relief funds, pivoted your business. It was really a thing of beauty to watch.
Well, you guys were the first ones to tell us about every relief opportunity that was there. So every time the SBA put something out and you heard about it, you made sure it was in my inbox. So I was able to apply for everything early on.
That's great. So as you look forward, how do you feel like our relationship may change, and what types of things would you see us working on together going forward?
Well, because the business has been able to grow in the pandemic, we're still looking forward to all the ways that we're going to grow and expand, adding new services, getting that new office space that we've been planning for, and to further develop our corporate structure. Up to this point, it's been me as the CEO, and you know, I've had other staff members to kind of assist. But now that we've got more staff members that can take on more leadership roles, our structure is changing. And so I look forward to you guys helping us to develop that and then executing our strategy as we move forward and we grow despite the pandemic.
And we look forward to helping you with that. I know I do personally. And so thank you for being here today. Thank you for your kind words, and thank you for your partnership. Our role with clients is not just a one and done. We want to have long-term relationships with our clients. And I think you've been a perfect example of how that works and how that works well for us. So thank you, and look forward to continuing to partnering with you going forward as we continue to work to strengthen and grow your business.
Thanks, Todd.
So it's very easy to sign up for SBDC services. If you simply visit our website at winthropregionalsbdc.org, you can click on schedule a consultation, whether you're an existing business or someone looking to start a business. We're here to help. So please take advantage of that, and we look forward to serving you.
Thank you so much, Tom and Todd. Impact comes to mind. It's amazing the impact that SBDC is having, and they're keeping busy. Tom or Todd, is there anything else you want to add?
Thanks, PN. No, just that we're here to serve. We're here to help local business, and we really appreciate everything that you've done for us and the university. And we're also looking to to partner with the university and work together to get past this pandemic and help our local business grow.
Thank you so much. Thank you. What I'd like to share next is the program we have in partnership with Pricewaterhousecoopers, the Accounting Mentorship and Professional Development Program. It truly is a national model, and you'll hear from the director, Vanessa Valdez, and 3 students about the impact of this program.
Hello, my name is Vanessa Valdez. I am the director of the Accounting Mentorship and Professional Development Program, AMPD, here at Winthrop University. AMPD is a competitive program that provides special attention to underrepresented minorities interested in accounting. The program was implemented in 2017 in partnership with the College of Business, Winthrop Administration, and Pricewaterhousecoopers, PwC, with the intent to, 1, graduate more minorities in accounting from Winthrop University, 2, produce more minority CPAs, and 3, provide these students with the business and personal skills needed to be successful at an accounting firm. To ensure we get a good selection of students, we contact guidance counselors in North and South Carolina every year to inform them of our program. We attend scholarship and college fairs to inform parents and prospective students directly about our program. And we contact anyone who completes an interest form from Winthrop University, regardless of major, to inform them of our program. We only accept 15 to 20 students a year to ensure we can support all of those students. And to be considered, they must have a 3.0 GPA, at least a 500 on their math SAT, or an 18 on their math ACT. They must have had extracurricular activities from high school. They must inform us of some sort of leadership that they displayed when they were in high school. And of course, they must identify as an underrepresented minority. There are many benefits to the AMPD program. Currently, the top 5 students for each classification receives a $2,000 scholarship. Anyone who does not receive that scholarship can qualify for a $250 scholarship as long as they have a 3.3 GPA, which is extremely helpful considering that 80% of these students have to take out student loans, and 60% of these students have a family income of $40,000 or less. They receive professional development from both me, PwC, and other institutions, which include resumes, learning about attire, social media etiquette, elevator speeches, mock interviews. They also, as mentioned, they get professional development from PwC and other companies like Ally Bank, Bank of America, Clifton Larson Allen. We visited graduate schools. Some have received funding for NABA and Beta Alpha Psi. Freshmen get peer mentors, sophomores and juniors get professional mentors through PwC. Some students are in cohort classes. Some have the option of living in cohort housing. They get special tutoring if requested. They get special advising. Some have to attend study hall. The juniors and seniors get access to Becker. And more importantly, they get considered for internships with PwC. At the moment, PwC offers up to 5 students for each classification internships. So with our first class that started in 2017, of the 5 of them, all of them have internships with PwC here in Charlotte and in Philadelphia. Our third-year students who started in 2018, of the 8 of them, 5 of them have internships with PwC. 1 has a full-time offer with Ernst & Young and will be starting in May. And another has an internship with Clifton Larson Allen. And then of our sophomore students who started last year, 3 of them have been promised internships with PwC. Not everyone chooses to stay in the program, and there have been times we've had to remove students from the program due to grades or lack of participation, which is okay. Currently, we have 40 students with an AMPD. All of our continuing students have above a 3.0. We have 1 person who has graduated from Winthrop because she came in with a lot of hours, and she currently has a full-time position with PwC. She's passed 2 parts of the CPA, is waiting to hear the results of another, and will take the last section later this year. So we're proving that we can achieve these goals and have partly achieved these goals, and that this program is working for many of these students, and they need it. They need that special attention and a pathway that they may not have seen prior to coming to college. So here are a few words from some of our current students describing their experience.
The AMPD program has afforded me many opportunities, including scholarship opportunities, internship opportunities, and professional development. I am also a mentor and a tutor within the program, which has allowed me to work closely with other students and assist them in their professional journey. My favorite part about being in the program is the friendships that I have gained and the lifelong experiences that I'll never forget.
Hi, my name is Tanisha Ford, and I'm a senior accounting major from Charleston, South Carolina. I've had the opportunity to be in the AMPD program all 4 years at Winthrop University. The program has given me the opportunity to develop on skills that you will need to be successful in a professional environment. The program has also given me the chance to get exposure from many different accounting firms, attend various summer leadership programs, and also intern with PwC, one of the big 4 accounting firms. I am greatly appreciative of the AMPD program.
Hey everyone, my name is Joshua Byrd. I am a senior accounting major at Winthrop University, and I was initially a part of the first cohort for the AMP program at Winthrop University. AMP stands for Accounting Mentorship and Professional Development, and it's sponsored by Roy Weathers, who is the vice chairman for PwC, and it's been such a huge blessing to me. I've been able to get leadership opportunities, scholarship opportunities, and I've also been able to mentor the new cohort of students that's been coming in each and every year, so that way they can be on the right track. And if they need any help or guidance throughout school or career advice, they can just reach out.
All right, so that's a little bit about this awesome program, which is truly a national model. And Vanessa is joining us live, the director. If you have a question for her, she'd be happy to answer it. Thank you, Vanessa. I want to be respectful of your time. So what I'd like to do is, of course, do the presentation for the Exemplary Partner Award. And Celeste will hopefully, she's lost her connection, reconnect and be able to wrap it up really quickly. If not, I can do that too. So I'm very pleased to share that we are presenting our first Exemplary Partner Award to Chris Carroll and Carroll Financial. This is a family and company that has been a huge part of Winthrop University for a significant period of time. In fact, one of the two CBA buildings has resulted from their generosity, the Vivian Moore Carroll Hall. Receiving the award for Carroll Financial is their Chief Investment Officer, Chris Carroll. Chris has distinguished himself in the classes he has taught in our financial planning program. His support has been pivotal, and he has helped our students and faculty travel to conferences and participate in competitions. In fact, Chris often travels with students also. In fall semester 2019, Chris taught a course on portfolio management. Students got a chance to present their research to him, and he made trades in $1 million portfolio account. The investment decisions led to significant returns, and Chris gave $45,000 to the College of Business in support of student success and student travel. Additionally, his students passed the Securities Industry Essentials exam. So students checked professional development, stackable credential, high impact practice boxes, all in this one course alone. So thank you so much, Chris and Carroll Financial and Larry and Vivian Carroll for all that you do. And congratulations on being the recipient of our first Exemplary Partner Award. Chris shared some comments with us, and I'll play that video next.
Hi, I'm Chris Carroll. I'm the Chief Investment Officer at Carroll Financial Associates. And I was asked to make a short video on our relationship with the College of Business at Winthrop University. I guess it goes back really, my mom's been active at Winthrop for a long time. We're located in Charlotte in the South Park area. A few years ago, I got asked if I could help teach down there. They had a need for somebody who knew something about financial planning. And it's really interesting that I kind of agreed to do it and got hooked. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the faculty. I got to know some people down there, and it really led to what I think has been a great partnership for our firm, and I hope for Winthrop as well. We have now, I think, 5 employees that are CBA graduates. We have really great relationships with a number of faculty members, one of which actually comes to our office pretty frequently and has some of their own financial planning clients. Have had various members of the faculty speak to our clients, have had students from the school visit our offices. I continue to teach about 1 class a semester. And it's really been just a great partnership, I think, for us and for me personally. I've gotten to see over the last few years, I think the college has continued to grow. I'm seeing better students coming out as seniors every year. And so, increasingly I'm seeing opportunities to hire students as they graduate. So it's been a really great partnership, and I hope the partnership continues. We feel like both sides are getting something out of this, and it's been an important thing to Carroll Financial. Last year we actually opened an office in Rock Hill, South Carolina, so we're right in downtown, maybe 1.5 miles or 2 miles from campus now, which has been nice. I think it just sort of cements the partnership and makes it even better. So I want to thank Winthrop for what they do. I want to thank the College of Business for what it's done for us, and I'm really looking forward to us continuing to have a great partnership. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris, and congratulations, and thank you for joining us today. I know the award is not a U.S. Open trophy or Stanley Cup where you can drink out of it, but I hope it's special and you enjoy it. Thank you. Thank you. So as we come to the close today, I'm going to turn it over to my colleague Celeste Stiller to wrap things up. Before I do a couple things, I want to sincerely thank all of you, all of our partners, for being here, for all you do. I want to especially recognize Mark Case and Robert Garofalo from Truist, latest partners. Last Friday, they came in with a check for $20,000. It's time, talent, and treasure, not just the money, but I sincerely appreciate their support of the College of Business and look forward to growing that partnership. And of course, we look forward to starting new partnerships and growing ones with you. We will be available later on, the chairs, myself. If you have questions, you're welcome to stay. But for now, I'll turn it over to Celeste to wrap things up. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, PN. So thank you so much for being here. We appreciate your time and taking away from your day of being here with us. And as you've heard us talk about already, the way you can partner with the College of Business, whether it's internships or working with our faculty on projects, working with doing research projects, whatever it might be, our faculty have the expertise to be able to help you in your business. We have the SBDC, we have the Small Business Development Center that is able to do that for you. In your package for today, if you RSVP'd previous to today, I sent an email to you that has the overview of our partnership program, as PN mentioned, whether it's your time or your talent or your treasure, there's multiple ways of partnering with the College of Business and the university. There is a menu card also in that package that I sent. It kind of gives a little bit further definition of what we offer here in the College of Business and ways to connect. Our partnership program website will be live next week. That will give a little bit more of an overview of this and additional ways to connect with the college. So I want to say thank you very much for being a part of this virtual Business Partnership Summit. A little bit different than being in person, but thank you so much for being here. And thank you everyone who presented or answered questions or was just a part of this great day. Thank you so much.